Food markets only.
Meet Susie Smart, she is so bright. On her blackboard you can write. She has a desk, she has a seat. What's your name, my darling sweet?
My name is Susie Smart.
She can talk!
She can talk, but can she add?
2 plus 2 is 4. Cat, C-A-T.
You can spell!
Twinkle, twinkle, little star, how
You recite!
Press the button, she says a dozen things, complete with desk, blackboard, and seat. Susie Smart, sold at food markets only.
What's this stuff? Some cereal. It's supposed to be good for you. Did you try it? I'm not going to try it. You try it. I'm not going to try it. Let's get Mikey. Yeah. He won't eat it. He hates everything. He likes it. Hey, Mikey.
Nobody to hear.
Mom says that if you put the knife under the bed, it cuts the pain in two.
My wide. Putting a knife under the bed doesn't do jack, except maybe almost getting you arrested for being armed. Hey, everybody. I'm back, amazingly enough. Let me make sure I have audio. Check. Yep, says I do. Hi, Linda. Linda Wallace. She been sitting there so quiet, waiting since 5:30. Cheeseburger and fries for Archaeology Mikey. I had some chicken wings. Hi, Leanne. Thank you for your nice message while I was off sick. It's been pretty crazy around here. I had finally gotten over that darn flu, turned right around and got COVID. And the interesting part about the COVID, the cure was worse than the disease. As it turned out, I have either an allergy or some sort of drug interaction with the COVID medication and thought I was losing my freaking mind. The only other time I have ever had an allergic reaction or a reaction like that before, I lived up in Michigan and I ended up in Genesis Hospital down in Grand Blanc in the intensive care unit for 5 days. This one I managed to figure out on my own. My doctor, of course, just happened to be out of the country while all this mess was going on. So anyway, I figured out what was bothering me. I simply stopped taking anything they gave me except my regular medications. And as soon as I did that, then all the crap went away. Hey, Annette. Okay, so let's get on with a little Monday low-dough coin collecting show business. I don't know how long I'm going to last, but today I'm good, so we're going to squeeze one in here. Item number 1 on the agenda is I won't be able to do a Wednesday night show because my doctor makes house calls, and she is going to be here at 4:30. So I would not be able to do a 6 o'clock show. However, I'm going to throw one in maybe tomorrow night. I know that's other people's times, and I'm sorry, but I got a lot of things I got to do. I got some giveaway stuff that needs to be taken care of. I finally got all those pennies rolled up. And so y'all have till tomorrow to get a guess in. I don't even have the link. I'm so ill prepared. But there's a comment video on my channel page right at the top. There's a guy running with pennies, and you can go to that. And if you have not made your guess, then you need to do so by noon tomorrow. I'm going to extend it to noon tomorrow. There's a video there, shows a picture of the bowl. I got them all rolled up, and I don't know what the total is either because I have not looked at it yet. I just kept rolling the pennies until they were done and threw the loose ones in a Ziploc bag. So we're all going to count it up together, and I'm thinking that's going to happen around 6 o'clock. Now, what else we got going on? Oh, and I never did tell y'all what the prize for that was going to be because I wasn't sure. And then I got sick, and I really wasn't sure. But the prize on the penny thing is going to be a set of penny books. Not filled. You're going to have to fill them yourself, although I will insert some pennies in them. Set running from 1909 to the present. So you will be able to make your own collection from your own bowl of pennies. But there will be some pennies filled in on those. And there will also be one of those National Park penny collecting kits that has the National Park book and all the different holders like these and these. I know I'm terrible. But anyway, you will get one of the quarter collecting kits and a set of penny books if you are the closest without going over on that big old bowl of pennies. And oh, I was so tired of rolling those suckers. Hey, Christopher Tye's in the house. Doug Harding is here. Doug, I'm getting your pennies counted up in the next day or two so I can let you know how many of those I ended up with, and we can finish our wheeling and dealing. And I saw somebody else in here, John Chum Adventures. Cool beans. Glad to see everybody. It is so nice to be back. I have been just absolutely miserable trying to get the car fixed, and then we couldn't figure out what was causing the AFIB, and we finally got that under control. And then I got the COVID, and then the AFIB came back, and oh my God. Like the street worm through the Mysterian cat will sneak to your house and unroll all of your toilet paper. He may just do that. I forgot to tell you about that part before we start opening rolls and looking for coins. M3 was a little stinker. He is very fussy about food. In fact, he even mentioned it in a video, one of his M3, the Mysterian cat videos, that the only kitty food he likes is Rachel Ray indoors. Werner, hi. Hi, Mark. Hi, Johnson family. Anyway, while I was sick, I sent somebody over to try to get some more Rachel Ray, and they didn't have any. So I had this other bag of cat food that I had purchased that every ingredient was exactly the same as the Rachel Ray in the exact order, same calorie count. Stuff looked like Rachel Ray. Of course, I couldn't really smell it because it was in a bag. Well, we put some of that down in his bowl. And I want to tell you, that boy is having nothing to do with it or me. And I'm sick, and I'm laying on the couch, and he is giving me the face. And if you've ever watched the M3 video, you know what face I'm talking about. Well, he's giving me the face, and all of a sudden, he just attacked me. He scratched my ankles and bit my hand and called me 2, 3 cat words I've never heard before, ran in the bathroom, and sat there and just stared at the bowl like, what the F you think this stuff is? Well, I ended up finally, after I cleaned up the bloody mess, I had to break down and give him some canned cat food so he'd leave me alone. Well, this went on for 2 days, and finally I said, oh, to hell with it, and I had to spend $7 extra to ship him from Chewy.com a bag of Rachel Ray indoor cat food so he'd quit trying to eat me. He has not been a good boy. Oh, yeah, he was a little shit. It was terrible. I saw somebody else come in here. Oh, it was Richard. Hi, Richard Metcalf. So anyway, that's just some of the antics and things that been going on around here. While I've been off sick, and y'all know I've been sick, really sick. So we're going to see how this goes. The last show I did, I had to quit early because I was sick, and it was 2 days after that I tested positive. Furry! Mwah, hi, sister. All right. Now, let's start out with something easy since my pennies are already in the spot. I do not know where my penny cheat sheet is. It has gotten misplaced. I have a partial one, and I'm just going to work from that. I have my 4 containers. I have the Junkers, the Copper Hopper, the 82s, and Doug has his own special container because we're wheeling and dealing on some 68ers. So I got 4 containers here for penny sorting, and they're already set up. So we're going to start out by opening a couple of rolls of pennies. Now, I will confess, one night when that medicine was giving me the heebie-jeebies, and I was trying anything to distract myself and to make myself sleepy. Well, it wasn't working, so I did open, I think, just 1 roll of pennies in which there was not a 0 zippy. So we're right where we left off on this box with 4 Wheaties and not much else. And they're not even good Wheaties. So I'm hoping, since I'm back, that's going to change. So without further kitty doo-doo, da-dee-da-dee-da, let's slide some pennies under the scope. And Mikey, I am still absolutely in love with the stand you got me for the scope. This thing is just absolutely awesome. You really made my life so much more easy to deal with. Oh, and by the way, that $2 bill that was under the scope is going to be given away at the end of this stream. So, okay, this is one I just learned about recently on the 88s and 88Ds. There's supposed to be a deal where the FG, which are the artist initials, are extremely prominent. Now, I don't think these are, but that's a new one that I really haven't studied on yet, but it turned up on a list during my research. So now I got something else to watch for. Okay, let's look for a DDODO. Yeah, this is one of the better days I've had. I've had a few okay days. On which one, Furry? On the FG? No, it's not a double strike. It just says bold designer initials. And I really have not researched it enough yet. I just found it while I did a lot of video watching and reading while I was lying on the couch. I was very fortunate that my home health aide had already been exposed to me. And so when I was sick, she continued to come to the house and make sure I was eating properly and all of that. And of course, my nurse came, and so I was pretty well cared for, except for this one weekend when I didn't have anybody, and I ended up calling my aide, and she came even though she wasn't getting paid. So I paid her out of my pocket because she didn't have to come do that, but I was in bad shape. Well, Mikey, my birthday is March the 3rd. And I'm gonna tell y'all what I want for my birthday. I want to hit 1,000. I'm still not going to hit the hours, but I just want to hit 1K. And it's not impossible. I think right now I am at 981, 980, 981. So 2021. When is yours, Furry? So yeah, I would really, after all the crap I've been through, I'd really like to hit that. Now, what is that? Besides beat to snot. It's not a Wheatie, so I think it's like a 87 or a 97 or whatever it is. It's too trash to use for anything. And the 16. Muscle shell! Yeah, Mark, my 1000K birthday. That's exactly what I'm shooting for. My 1000K birthday. I'm so close. I was that close once before, and then I got sick and they took all my goodies away, and that sucked. So I'm that close again. I mean, like I said, I don't have the watch hours to do anything with it. And there's a copper thing. But it would just be nice just to look up there just once and see 1K, you know. That's bigger than the diamond that was in my ring when I got married, because there was no diamond in the ring when I got married. I got married with a $10 sterling silver ring from the flea market in the middle of a hurricane, which might be why it didn't work out. Well, this too shall pass. I try not to say much about him. We were married for 25 years, but we were only together for 10 of it, which is probably why we're both still alive. Oh, well. Yeah, we used to do this thing. This joke will probably get me in trouble with somebody. We used to do this thing called hall sex. It's where you walk by each other in the hall and say, "Screw you." I cleaned it up a little bit. Yeah. Yeah, he's a real sweetheart. Initially. And we're in more of these dumb shield pennies. I hate them. I hate them. I hate them. I hate them. I do. I do. I do. Oh, and yeah, I don't even remember. Oh, the other thing that happened at our wedding, and it really was pretty funny. It was really low dough. And we had a friend who played a little bit of keyboard at the beginning, but our music was on one side of a cassette. We just put the music on the cassette. And the same guy that was playing the keyboard for us was responsible for putting the cassette in when it was time for the wedding march. Well, he put the wrong side in. It wasn't marked. And on the other side was I don't know if any of you know who Firesign Theater was, but they were an American comedy group, uh, similar to Monty Python. And instead of the wedding march, we have this routine from an album called "We're All Bozos on This Bus." Yeah, alrighty then. Indeed. Now the wedding was supposed to and reception were supposed to happen in our backyard, but it's like I said, a hurricane parked itself offshore, so we had like 75 people crammed into our little tiny 2-bedroom house. It was not fun. I should have known. I should have known. But yeah, when you get married to we're all bozos on this bus, yeah. There you have it. Woohoo. Okay, this is one of my favorites to look at. This is one where on some of them, Mr. Lincoln has double ears on one side of his head. So it's one of my favorites because I never found one. And also supposedly on his chin, but how would you tell with his beard? Who the heck knows? Oh, we got 10 whole people in here. It's okay. I love all 10 of you. Copper in that hopper. 87. Nothing there. 98. Get rid of that. You do realize this is probably going to start another one of those crazy bowls. Because I have to roll up all my money. Bank does not have a coinage machine. And our only coin star in town does not offer anything I would want. It doesn't have the Amazon. Look at James Eller. Hi. Oh, yeah, the other thing I meant to tell everybody, I am finally starting to get the Christmas packages out. My initial plan was to hold them till I could do the winner of the bowl, but then I got COVID, so I started on them yesterday, day before I think it was, and so they will be coming out to you. And I have one, I'm not sure who it belongs to. It does have the date written on the envelope and what it was for. But for some reason, I didn't write the person's name on there. So I just got to go back and watch that video and see who it belongs to. So it's not critical. I think it fell out of one of the bigger ones, actually. So, all right, nothing in there. I'm alive, James. I'm not sure how long I'm going to last on this project here. Oh, and I do have a little bit of a mail call. I got an envelope from the folks at Black Diamond, one of the metal detecting channels, and they sent a bunch of stickers for a sticker swap and also a really groovy keychain, and I'll show y'all that when I do the announcement of the penny win. Like I said, I don't know who won. I don't even know how many there were. I have them all rolled up, and we are going to lay them out here on the mat, roll by roll, count them up, and see who is the closest without going over. And again, that person is going to win one of the National Park quarter collecting kits, as well as a set of penny albums ranging from 1909 to the present. Pennies not included. Well, maybe some pennies included. But I'm not filling the books. You're going to have to get your own bucket full of pennies and fill the books. So, alrighty, I think I got on most of the shields out of this roll, so I can kind of, sort of, maybe. Ow, darn. And once I do this, I have there's a 69 for the copper hopper. Not quite good enough for Doug's collection. Once I do this, I got a couple rolls of quarters. They are not sorted by anything. They're rolled. I have not been to the car wash because the car don't run, and right now it's buried under a pile of snow anyway. So these are some that I got at the bank. Hey, Looter! Hey, Linder! So anyway, these are some I got at the bank right before I got sick. So we're just gonna be playing with them today. I have some other rolled coins we'll play with on another date. I do not want to wear myself down. Got you a starter metal detector. Woohoo! Another convert. Yay! Be sure and send us pictures of what you find. Yeah, like I said, I will not be able to do the metal detecting show at its regular time this week because my doctor will be here. Yes, my doctor does house calls. Gotta love her. Got to love her. Not only one ear, only one beard. Dag nabbit. 1999. Oh. 94. Nobody there. 79 for the hopper of the copper. 74 for the copper hopper. Not turning out much here. Oh well. At least I'm back on the air. Yeah, I did have to go to the hospital a couple of times during this thing, by the way. I hate our hospital. They are the worst. But we'll save that whole story for a deadbeat club meeting, because you won't believe the outcome of that. There's an 82. Save that for later. One for the hopper. Let's check his ears. Nope, nothing there. Where'd you get that fancy script, Patty? That's pretty cool. First, I wasn't sure what it said, and then I saw the end of it and said, oh my God, look at that. That's fancy. She's got her some fancy. I wonder if that's going to change her luck on all the things she wins online. I wonder if the algorithm will love it or hate it. Well, nothing in those pennies. So let me clear them out of the way. Oh my goodness. And then I'm gonna break out some quarters. Oh, maybe. That's heavy. I'll have to empty that soon. Quarter bucket. Now, I'm just gonna have to sit here and chit chat with you for a minute while I sort these quarters into state and national and anything else, so that I can see if they'll go in the box. So we'll just see if there's anybody in here I haven't greeted yet while I push these around the desk. Oh my goodness. Shouldn't take me too long. I've only got 2 rolls. Whew. The heck? Oh. Things look really funny when you look at them upside down. They don't look like what they're supposed to look like. Oh my goodness, that was funny. Oh, dun, 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 dun. Oh, I'm already starting to hurt. Yeah, that's one thing. This stuff really gave me body ache. Badly. Badly. My shoulders particularly. I'm getting a lot of Washington and Delaware things here. Yeah, I wasn't unprepared today. Well, I wasn't 100% certain I was going to be able to do this. And I got sidetracked trying to take care of some other business. I'm going to throw a question at y'all. 66 high school class ring, 10 karat gold. Cool. Awesome bucket lister. Yeah, class rings are always fun. That was when my dad got the first metal detector I was ever exposed to back in, I think it was 1970. That was one of the first things he found was a 14 karat gold class ring. Well, back then, there was no internet, and it was not a, hey, Cheryl! It was not a school from our local area. And I went to the library and got an address for the school, and we tried to find the owner, but no luck. So my dad took a file and filed the name of the school off this gold ring and just made it where it was just a gold ring with a big fat aquamarine in it, which was not his birthstone, it was my birthstone. But my dad wore that ring till the day he died. They tried to get it off of him at the hospital, and his hands were swollen, and so they couldn't get it off of him. So he wore it till he died, and he was buried wearing it. And that was his very first metal detecting find. He traded an outboard motor, or work on an outboard motor, for this Sears metal detector, which was actually made by White, and I wish like heck that I had it, because it's probably worth a lot of money now. But yeah, that was his very first find, and the first thing I had ever seen found with one. I have a running joke with Florida Thunder Digging with Rob that one day he's going to find my class ring, which was lost at Clearwater Beach back in the late 80s. Wouldn't that be funny? Wonder if he'd give it back. It's got my initials in it. Letters on the inside. Huh. Some of those companies, Patty, I don't know if you know this, But if you can figure out what company made the ring, most of the class ring companies have databases on their websites where people have, it's like a lost and found, where people have reported rings they found and rings they've lost. So if you can figure out what company made the ring, or the school can tell you what company they ordered their rings from, you possibly could list it that way and see if you could find the owner. I've had some success with that, actually. I have returned, not that I found, but that friends of mine found. I've helped return 3 that way. And one was pretty old. One was like a 1942. So it was a lady like my mom's age. It was her ring, but she had passed away and her daughter was the one wearing it when it got lost. Needless to say, they were very happy to get that ring back. And it was a nice ring. It had a little diamond in it. It was very different than the way they make class rings now. All right. I got the quarters sorted out. Let me get all these standard Georges off of here. There's no silver in any of them. These usually end up in my laundry money. I'll just put those up there. And then we got a whole bunch of these bad boys that we can check to see if we get any of the crown. The crown is when it has a blob up here above the hat, attached to the hat, where the dye just didn't separate cleanly. And also on this quarter, we search for extra fingers. So nothing there. And nothing there. Ooh, that is one clean looking quarter. I mean, that is a nice looking quarter. I'm going to set that aside. That might be better than what I have in my album. All of these look pretty good. Oops. Yeah, again, I want to remind everybody, if you have not made your guess on how many pennies are in the bowl, go over to the main page of my channel. You'll see that video on there, and you got until noon tomorrow to get your guess in. About 6 tomorrow, I will come on and we'll count up the pennies. I mean, they're rolled. We just got to count the rolls and stuff. I did not look. I didn't want to know. I want to find out when you guys do who's the closest without going over. So the reason, again, that I'm having to do this tomorrow instead of Wednesday is because I have a doctor's appointment on Wednesday. And they're going to inspect and check and all that. Well, nothing exciting there. Alrighty. Oh, and then I got 2 Mayas. This one's real shiny. Got a little milk down on the L. Alright. Alrighty, so let's break out. I'm not laying out the board or anything tonight on the other desk with the other camera because I just don't have the energy. But I'm working on a project where we'll have another camera angle and some other things going on. Okay. We have a statehood book, which needs Texas, Puerto Rico, Guam, the Virgin Islands, and the Northern Mariana Islands. That's all it needs. When it's full, we'll be giving it away. So, let's see if we got any of those. Hey, Kit! How you doing, hon? Okay. Pennsylvania, that's not one that we need for this book. I'm trying so hard to get to Michigan. Although I don't know, since they blew up one of those Chinese balloon things not too far from where I'm trying to go, right over Lake Huron. I'm like, man, maybe they think question marks got some secret Martian set up there or something. I don't know. There's Virginia, the place I'm trying to escape. Missouri, home of one of my very favorite bands. I'm going to recommend some music. I don't usually tell people go buy this record, but I have a friend who for decades has been in a band from St. Louis called Mama's Pride. And now, back in the 70s, Mama's Pride put out 2 albums. They're absolutely awesome. They were kind of like Allman Brothers meets Otis Redding. That's the best way I can describe them. They were like Southern soul music, only they're from St. Louis. And this band, just absolutely awesome, awesome band. Well, I didn't get to go to their 50th anniversary reunion concert. Obviously, I was sick. I had the influenza A when that happened. But their road manager, who at one point in time also worked for my buddies, the Outlaws, messaged about one of the guys in the band's solo album. So I want y'all to go. You don't have to buy anything. Just go on YouTube and give a listen to a guy named Danny Liston, Liston. You'll also run across things from his brother Pat. But Danny has some of the most incredible music up there. So, yeah, go give Danny Liston a listen. Their old roadie sent me Danny's latest album, and it got me through many bad nights with this COVID, I'm telling you. I just kept isolating different parts of the album, just going, man, this stuff is phenomenal. Muscle Shell, you go listen to it because you'll like him. I'm real sure you'll like him because I know what kind of stuff you listen to. But yeah, just go give my buddy Danny Liston some love over on and the band Mama's Pride as well. That's him with his brother and some other folks. I worked with that band many times when I was working in concert production and stuff. Hey Mike, how you doing, honey? Oh, I'm so glad to be back. I'm taking it pretty slow. I'm just doing a few pennies and a few quarters, and then I'm gonna come back tomorrow night. And the reason I gotta come back tomorrow is because I got a doctor's appointment on Wednesday. So I'm coming back tomorrow at 6 to announce the winner of the Penny Bowl count and do some mail call and my Patreon giveaway that I missed for January by being sick with all this mess. So trying to get caught up, and we might open some more pennies. I have some nickels as well, and I think I even have a couple rolls of 50 centers. Oatmeal! Hi! I want to thank everybody for stopping in. It's been a while. Well, there was none of the ones we needed in that batch, so we got skunked on there. But I got a few, who's the majigs? Yeah. God, I am spazzed. National Park quarters. I have a few of them. Yeah, when you use those crazy, if you use any kind of symbol right at the beginning of your name or any unusual font, it won't let people tag you. So, all right. So, in the national park ones, I need 2010 Mount Hood, Denver. I need a 2011 Gettysburg, Philly. I need 2012, God, I can't read. Shaco Culture, Denver, and Acadia, Denver. And then I have everything until we get to 2019 American Denver, American Memorial Denver. And that's all we need in this book. But boy, it's been hard getting them. It has been hard getting these. And then, of course, we need any W's that may turn up. I don't need that, but it's a P. As my friend Kathy used to say, a P. P-A-Y, almost. P-A-E, pay. War in the Pacific. I cried the first time I got a War in the Pacific quarter. And that's because that's where my dad was. And I think he would have been tickled to see that they made such a quarter. And he's been gone for a long time. So, I don't know why I have never been to effigy mounds. I used to go to Iowa every year. I really have no idea why I've never been there. I understand it's quite beautiful. some of these places I have been to. That'd be kind of fun to try to go to all of the places on the quarters and take photos and then put your quarters with the photos. I don't see that happening. Covering that. Another pay. I don't know that that's right, Patty. That thing about 14 days, because Mark Thomas changes his 5-6 times a week. So I'm not sure that's true. I would check with Mark Thomas on that. Ooh, cheesy chicken stir fry. That sounds good. Oh, and I've got your picture, your finds pictures, Patty. I'll try to get those up tomorrow since I'm having to switch around my day due to the medical appointment. But they got to check me out Wednesday afternoon. Make sure the COVID hasn't done any serious permanent damage in light of my breathing issues and stuff and my heart stuff. That does sound good, doesn't it? It really, really does sound good. Oh, there's Batman. Doody 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 doody. Hey. I haven't even found a D. All I found so far is P's. I'm getting so close. Yeah, I got to go through some pennies for Patty, too, for her granddaughter. I got them out. They're on my desk. They're getting closer. It's been rough. There have been days where I couldn't get up and walk from the bed to the bathroom. Once I figured out I had an allergic reaction to the COVID medicine, things got better a lot quicker. But I still have some breathing deals. I'll jump up one time, sometimes, and it'll be too quick, and I'll be hugging the refrigerator or hugging the counter, just out of breath. One fortunate thing is that my brother gave me this thing called a Cardia, and it's a portable EKG that links to your phone. And so when I feel like I'm coming into AFIB, do I see Carrie? I do. So anyway, when I feel like I'm going into AFIB, I can test myself right away. And if it looks like something really bad, I can send it right to my cardiologist and my primary care. 6 p.m. Eastern time tomorrow. I know I'm probably running over somebody else's show, but there's not much I can do about it. I have to get caught up on all these gift away things, and so, and I've noticed in the past people don't mind running over me. So I'm sorry to whomever's show I'm doing my little tap dance on tomorrow, but I need to get these contests and stuff all wrapped up. Well, we got skunkied on the quarters. Whoops. That one just fell out of the book. And I don't know where it came from. What is this? 2015. Okay, there's where it came from. All right, we're going to gift away used but not abused $2 bill. And the reason I say used is because